be a video on how to do this ball joint. This is for a Dodge Charger 2009. You can see I've already removed this. There's plenty of videos on how to get this off the side of the car, but this next part appears to be kind of a mystery. So the first thing you got to do is you got to find the cup. Now you get this kit, right? It comes with all these different things, and you're like, what's it all for? And you see all the videos; they all say different things, right? So what I noticed though was that there's a few things that actually are real, and one of the things is you have to find a cup that's bigger than your ball joint seat. See that seat right there? So you find one that goes over it, and this one in this case is like perfect. It goes over it. You can see these other ones. This one goes over, but it's all sloppy, so you don't want to use that one. This one is small. Now, if you were to use this one, you'd break your ball joint puller because it's going to be pushing against the ball joint right there. So I want to use this one, and it goes right over it. It's just like snag. And what that does is it allows you to push from the bottom and give it some place to go. So now this is still kind of a freaking mystery to me, this thing here. I think this piece goes in here like that. Yeah, it does. Okay, so this is your spinning pusher, and that's going to go against the bottom. So once we get this all together, it's going to go against the bottom. We can move this over here so you can see it better. Alright, so that's going to go like that. It's got to push it. It's got to push it up while this piece seats against that. So next thing is we got to have, and that says to use this one right here. And maybe that's true. I guess it maybe goes like that. Okay, ooh, yeah, ooh, look at that. That looks nice. Alright, so then you got your place for your, now you got two here. Look at this. Got this big hole and the small hole. The small hole, as you can see, is too small to let threads go in it. So you don't want to push into that. That'd be bad. Got this one here. See, does this line up to that? Oh, okay. So, and then this one is set up for, oh, look at that. Okay, so we got this ridge here. See that little step? That seats into that. See that? That seats into that. And we've got these three steps here. I imagine that's for the three different sizes of this. See that? So that's going to go in here, and look at that. It just clicks in like it's meant to be there, and then of course this one's going to go over it, and it's going to give the bolt a place to go. And that's going to also give the ball joint inside here some place to go as well. So it's not mysterious, but it is at the same time. If you watch the other videos, they're not descriptive. They don't really say, hey, do this, then do this. They're just like, oh, look, it sits magically off. And we're going to try this on the floor, and the guys that I've seen online, they're like putting it in a vise. So yeah, that's great. I don't have a vise because I rent. You know, when you rent your house, you don't have as much cool stuff as if you own your house. Okay, so all you got to do is twist this with your hand really hard. Just kidding, no. Totally not. Totally not. Okay, what you're going to have to do, from what I saw, the guys that were able to successfully pull this off, is you got to get this centered. It's got to be straight, and then you got to get yourself a big ass breaker bar. Probably with an extension. Probably with an extension. And then you're going to have to use your body weight to push this thing off. Now, if you've never removed one of these from your car, the first one I've heard, what was the one quote? Not even 3 super Mexicans could get it off of there. So that's pretty much what you're up to. Now, you can feel in here that your bolt is going to push up into this hole. So that's good, okay? And you got room for the ball joint itself to extract into this little chamber thing here. And this little roof is going to push down on the outside, and this is going to push up from the bottom. And I've oiled these threads so that they don't bind. When they come from the factory, they've got cutting oil, but they don't have any lubrication. I use Mobil 1 on these. You could probably use like a thicker grease, like well, I don't have any grease right now. I need to go get some because I have to grease all these fittings, but you know. All right, so the next part we got to find this socket size right here. We're going to end up doing a lean down. We're going to be leaning down on it like that. So let's go ahead and move this kit out of the way, and we'll get this other stuff here. Let's see, I need my socket. I think this is it. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Okay. So on this kit right here, this is a OMT, Orion Motor Tech, ball joint press and U-joint service kit. On this kit, it's going to be a 7/8. Nice American size there. And I am going to be leaning over this assembly, but I don't think it's going to probably explode, just because. I don't think it's going to. Just this is all super heavy duty metal. I think what it's going to do is going to push that out. Now, I don't have any WD-40. If I had some WD-40, I would probably squirt this down so that it would be able to move out. But I've already got, I don't know, it looks pretty oily down there anyways. And one of the guys said, you know, after you get this under tension, you can bonk it with a hammer. I have several hammers that I can bonk it with. This is my bonker. Bonk. So we'll get that one just in case. I don't think we're going to need it though. All right, so let's put our socket on like that now. So the next part is going to be getting this on here, and I think let's see, the best way to do this is going to be to put it in a vise, which I don't have. Okay, I want to lean down on it so I'm not like, oh, it's moving. That's interesting. Well, that means this thing needs to be over here, so it sets against that. And of course, I can't move it now. There it goes. Okay. So let's move this over here. So as I tighten, this will be pushing against that. So that's another thing. You know, I saw the other guys doing it backwards. I'm like, why don't they just rotate the U joint until the U thing until it's over there? And obviously they didn't think about it as much. All right, so we have to recenter that, of course. Now that we look at it. Okay, so like I said, you want to put that right in the middle. You see how it's right in the middle? As much right in the middle as you can get it, and then you tighten it. Okay, and I've seen them press it off with it slightly awkward, slightly offside, but oh man, this is just gonna be awful. All right, so we're gonna put it like that. See if we can get some bite on this thing. Oh no, we don't need any bite. Okay, we can go like that. This would be a lot easier in a vise, I think. I don't know, maybe. It looks pretty straight. Wow. All right, so this is... It's still going to be really difficult. Let me think here. How can I make this easier? What I need is something I can pull back on like that. Let me see. I got a pickle for it. Indeed. Maybe if I try flipping this thing around and go like a scissor instead. Oh, wow. Well, I see the part about the Three Mexicans thing. Three Mexicans. What was that whole saying about wild horses couldn't drag me away? It's under tension. Why don't we give it a bonk, huh? You never know, it might just come right out. Okay, probably not. Wow, this is one of the most awkward things I've ever been instructed to do. I'm going to have to call for my assistant. All right, step on that right there. Yeah, just keep weight on that one, to be honest. when I was watching that guy, he just zipped this thing off with an air ratchet. I'm not entirely sure if that'll work, but we might have to try it next. Okay, we're still aligned. Oh, jeez, dude. There should be like a big handle off the back of this thing. I need a handle like this long coming off of that.
All right.
Yeah, I need like this much leverage. See that?
Shit.
Oh, I think we moved it.
Yay.
Let's give her a bunk. Looks like it moved a little tiny bit, maybe. You piece of shit. Ow. Okay. Try to use your weight. Stay on it. Oh yeah, it's moving, finally. All right, get up a second. Yeah, step on it again. Okay, let go. So you want this angle like that. Can you see that? Let me see. Yeah. See that angle right there? That's the angle you want, so you can just push down on it. Now I'm having my 6'5" assistant here give me a hand, and he's stepping on the structure. I don't know what to call this thing, support here, to keep it from bouncing up while I'm doing this. But it is possible to do. Now the only thing you want to use your weight on this. I've already moved it quite a bit actually, so it is coming out. You know, you can double check that your bolt's still free and to move inside this end, but it's under some pressure. It's not enormous amounts of pressure. I think if my breaker bar was about a foot longer, it would work better. I've always thought this was just like a tiny bit too short. Maybe I have to go get a bigger one. All right, go ahead and step on that again. We'll get this thing moving. Fuck it. Wait. All right, just like you had before. Step on that end too. There you go. And all this for a rubber boot, if you can imagine that. All right, up. Okay. Jesus. Step on it with both feet. There you go. And unlike the other videos that skip over this part, I'm going to include it all. Because I ain't no wuss. And this is not easy. One guy's like, oh, it's super easy. I'm like... I have a feeling that that guy's just like a bodybuilder or something. But I used to be. Back in my day, when I was a young warthog. Okay, it's starting to get easier now, which means it's about to pop. You can see I'm moving him without any problem. He's bouncing around on that thing. Oh, it's almost done. There it goes. Okay, good. Step off of there. All right, so not sure how long that took. It was difficult, as you see. I'm sweating, and you know, I guess if you had a vise, it'd be a lot easier. Cardboard's nice, both for your knees and also for keeping the part from spinning around. And you can get U-Haul boxes, you know, when you move. They're only a couple bucks. Good to have them around. Don't throw them away. Don't recycle them unless they're totally trashed. All right, well, wasn't that fun? Let's get that off of there. Interesting. I don't know why you need this. Let me see. What does this do? No, it's too big. Now it fits over there perfect. We got to get this on there. This goes on the bottom, so it has some place to go. This way you're supposed to do it is like that. But that bolt doesn't go into there. You're supposed to put the castle nut on, leave it on. Yeah, that makes more sense. Then this goes in here. It said one of these is for pushing, one of these is for pulling, and this is supposed to be the pusher. And it just keeps it centered. This has to sit down onto this metal here. Can't be floating like that. Wow, so this is kind of a mystery, is it?
Must be.
Okay, so that peg there has to be centered. Okay, so now it's sitting flat. This is sitting flat here, see that? So that means the peg is centered, which is kind of cool because this bolt kind of centers it out. So that was we were missing a step there. And now this is supposed to sit down flat on top of that. Down even lower. Precision craft here. Okay, so that's flat now. Okay, so now this piece is sitting flat on that piece. You can see the nut is down in there. It's not tight, it's just kind of centering this out, which is good because that means this is going to drop it centered. Which is good. Now, I don't like this damn bulger. It's kind of floating, but I guess I'll straighten out as we suck it down. Alright, so we gotta put that on there, and guess it'd be a lot easier in a vise. That's all there is to it. Okay, so that's the assembly as it's supposed to be, I guess. Wow. Looks like the limit of your tool there, buddy. Well, that's lots of. I can see how this can get screwed up pretty fast.
Yeah. I bet the top's already fallen out of line.
Yeah, give me a second. Snug in there a little bit. See how straight our piece is going in. Looks pretty straight. Before I begin, we're going to inspect the bottom too. Yeah, we're way off on the bottom here. Okay, that's about as lined up as I can get it. It looks like it's leaning forward a little bit. But that inconsistency here is where I can push it back. Let me go and try, guys. That won't work, will it? Sorry, getting ahead of myself here. Why won't it work? Nope, that's on there. Okay. Step on that way. Not that it's going to go anywhere, but step right there. And one more time. Nope, that's on there. Okay, that's good.
Cool.
Okay, that's as sucked down as it's going to get, and the oil did help. I noticed that the guys online that did this thing, they had a lot more difficulty than I just did. First, now I got to get the damn thing on. One guy like flipped it upside down and shit. I was like, yeah, I figure as long as it's aligned, it's cool. And that pushed right out. Let me sure. And that's as far down as it goes. Looks like you got enough room for the snap ring. There she is. Brand new ball joint.
There she goes.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Yeah.
I suppose we could have filed that shelf a little bit right there. But it ain't gonna go anywhere. Whole weight of the car is gonna sit on this. Alright, so next we'll do the snap ring. But I don't have any snap ring pliers. I know. Lost them at work, believe it or not. Work is like a big black hole for tools. So you just kind of tuck that underneath there, and we're gonna grab a screwdriver and push that over, or a pair of pliers or something. Let's see what we can find. You want to watch your eyes with this one. There we go. Just like that. And then we got our Zert. The Zert lets you grease it, and you should grease it, and we have to grease it before we use it. Everything must get greased.